Good night, teachers, students. I'm going to be doing a very quick tutorial. Uh, this tutorial will be showing you how to, for teachers, showing you how to use PDF files that you might have, PDF worksheets that you might have, and turn them into interactive worksheets. Right? This will prevent students from changing the format of your worksheets. For those students that your teachers have sent you documents that are containing PDF files. I'm going to show you how to convert those PDF files into this format as well. So this is beneficial to both persons, and it's easier for us as teachers to interact with, and for students to interact with, and for us as teachers to actually mark. All right. So let's go to our presentation. So the first thing I am going to show you guys is how to turn your PowerPoint into an interactive PowerPoint like this. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys. So the first thing that we need to do is that we need to convert the PDF file that we have into a format that is suitable for upload. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be converting your PDF file from a PDF into a next version, and the version that we're converting it to is actually a photograph, right, or a JPEG, or a JPG, or a JPG file, right, or JPEG file. All right, so this is a site that I normally use. It's the best site for doing everything with in terms of PowerPoint, converting, improving, compressing, right? This site can also be found as a Chrome extension. So it can be a Chrome extension if you wish, but I rather to use the site itself than a Chrome extension. Alright, and it's a very powerful tool that I suggest that all teachers utilize and students can utilize it as well. Right? So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to actually be converting a PDF file. So if you already have your pre-existing PDF worksheets, or if not, if you have a Word document, right, you can actually go into Word, go to Save As, and convert um, that file from a Word document to a PDF document if you have your Word document that you want to use in the same format as well. Right, so you have to convert it to PDF in that case, and then from PDF to a JPEG file or photo file. So click on PDF to JPEG, and then we go and choose the file. Right, where the file is located, go and upload it. Alright, my file is in downloads. I'm going to be doing a quick math one, right? So I'm going to go, let me do, I think I'm going to do the food chain one. I did a math one before, but I'm going to do the food chain one, right? So food chain, right? Uploaded, and I click start in order to start the converting process. Right, it doesn't take long depending on the size of the file. It might take a little bit longer, but it won't, depending on how many pages you have. So realize that you will have two attachments here. If you have multiple pages, you can download it as a zip file, and then you can, decompress it or open the zip file and use each image. So each page is downloaded as a specific image or a picture. So I'm going to download both. Alright, let's save it to downloads. Okay, alright, so I downloaded both files. Now I'm going to go from here into my MOE account. Alright, so from there I will be using my Google Classroom in my MOE account. Alright, so with my MOE account, I'm going to go to create assignment, and this will be a food chain worksheet. Food chain and web worksheet, right? So my instructions, complete worksheet, right? I don't want to set the weighting of the questions as yet. I can set that later, but let me set the topic. This topic is food chains, right? It's for all students. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to create. If it's already pre-created, you can just go to add attachment and you can go to Google Drive, because everything you make through your MOE account is stored there. So if you already have a Google Slides that you already created, you can go to your drive, select it and upload it. But I am going to create one from scratch. Alright, creating one from scratch will give the opportunity for students to learn how to create these files, and for teachers as well. Okay, so when we get into, when you click create, it's going to automatically open a next browser that gives you access to Google Slides. Now, the first thing that we want to do is we need to change the page layout. Now, currently we have a typical PowerPoint slide page layout. We don't need that because most typically our worksheets are either as legal size or as letter size. The PDF document that I converted into a picture, that was a letter size document. So I'm going to, alright, alright, I am going to go into, sorry about that, I'm going to go into file. From file, I'm going to go down to page setup. Right, when I get to page setup, I am going to go to customs. Now, a normal letter size page is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Click apply, and you automatically change the page size. Right, now I'm going to change the title because the title of it should match what the assignment is. Chain and web worksheet. Right, so now I don't need these text box anymore, so I'm going to remove these text box. Right, they're not important. So in order for you to edit this out, to make your worksheet so that students can manipulate it, if you just insert a picture, they will be able to move around the picture if they want. So if you go to insert and insert a picture, that's what they would be able to do. You don't want that. So your best option right here is to add it as a background. So I'm going to click on background and click on choose image, and I'm going to upload that image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first page of the worksheet. Alright, go to downloads. Not downloads. Alright, and here you have pages of your worksheets. Based on their names, the worksheet 001 is the first page. Right, you can rename it if you wish to, if you want to quick access to it. Alright, so that is my first page. Now I'm going to zoom in a bit. Right, so there you have your worksheet. Now for this worksheet, to make it interactive, as you realize I can't move anything, I can't really change anything, so it's there set. Students can't really change it, can't really move around much. So now for us to make it fillable, right, where students can add in their responses. Now most times a text box could work, but the problem with a text box is this: even though you draw it there, students can actually come in, and when they click on the text box, they can move it around and shift it all over the place, and you don't really want that. So we're trying to avoid that situation. So we're going to, instead of using text box, we're actually going to be using the table settings. So we're going to go to insert, and we're going to insert table, and we're going to insert only one cell. So when you click there, it normally, the cell normally generates at the center of the page. You can just simply go to the edges right here and resize to fit to where the lines are. Okay, right? So anywhere the students click, that is where they should fill in the text. Now, if you want the text to not be that big, depending on what the answer is, right? You don't want the text to be that big. So what you can do is that you can reduce the size of the text. So move from 14 to 12. We can make sure that the text is located in the center, so it lines up nicely with the line there. You can change the color. Say, for example, you want the kids to responses to be a different color, right? So it asking what the arrows mean in the food chain, right? So that could be where they can put the answers. If you want to make things easier for the kids to know where to click, you can put a sign, the words click here, so that they know where to click, right? So they know that definitely they need to click here in order to type the answer there, right? Um, Now, what you can do if you want seamless lines, or if you don't mind that box, you can actually remove the outline and make it transparent, right? So all students will see is click here, and they'll just click there and type. Now, if you want to duplicate the boxes, all you need to do, if you're using a computer, and you can hold on control, hold on your mouse, the left click of your mouse, and make a duplicate and copy, right? So that's one way of doing it. Or if you wish, you can press Control and T, and you will make a duplicate, and you just move that duplicate. Now, as you can see, these kind of conflicts right here. So what you can do is you can probably resize them so that they only just fit directly on the line, and they don't really interact with the others, right? So you can adjust it to fit the line completely, right? So you can make those adjustments. The good thing about it is that you can actually increase the line spacing so that the line spacing is larger. For example, these larger lines, right? You can extend it so that students can write some more, right? Depending on if the question is asking them to write some more. If you want the writing to be exactly on the line, you can bring it down, or you can reduce the size of the box so that it's more neatly arranged, or can reduce the text size, right? 12 is the standard. You can reduce the text size if you wish, but it gives the students opportunity to write on the different lines based on the line spacing. So you can adjust the spacing depending on what the answer is, right? I'm just going to fill out some of these spaces right here. As I said before, I can reduce the size of the text so that I can adjust the box sizes so that everything can fit nicely and I don't have an issue clicking into the wrong box, right? So you can do that. Now, if a case where your worksheet has more than one pages, I'm going to show you to add a next page shortly. Adjust this box. right? So say we need to add a next page, all you need to do is click in the empty space there and click enter. So clicking enter, you have entered a new page. So what you need to do is just remove these text boxes because we don't need them anymore. And we can add a next background. So choose image and we go in and we have our next page, which we already converted to a picture. Right, click that next page and we insert. All right, press done. And now we have our next page right there. Right, so I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna copy a text box. So you don't have to keep drawing, not text box. You don't have to keep drawing these boxes. You can click on them, Control C to copy, and you can go into the next page and you can paste right there. Go drag it, and as I said before, you can enlarge it to fit um, the area, right? And I'm going to do the same for both areas here. Right. Now, what you need to do is make sure that you adjust so that the text meets where the line is. Alright, so here you might have some duplicates here, a couple duplicates here. Alright, so just taking some adjustments there, so you know that students definitely need to click there. So in an open space like this, I can take the same text box, make a duplicate, as I say, Control and click, drag, and I just extend the box. Alright, and now I can type this, and I want them to start typing not center line, but from the edge there, which has left the line. So I'll say type here. Okay, and so they'll type and answer the question there. I can do the same for right there as well. Right, so that's one way to make your worksheets as interactive as possible. Now, when you are going to post your work, go back here. What you need to do is you won't directly see it updated there right away. So what you can do is you can save as draft, and then you can go back to it, and then once it's saved as draft, you will see the update there. So you see the name of the worksheet. Now, going back to the worksheet, there are, let's see, a total of I'm not going to count all of this. Let's say I'm going to mark this worksheet out based on the number of questions. You can do the total. I'm going to mark this worksheet out of, say, 60. Right? Set a due date if I wish. I can put on the plagiarism if you wish, so that you know that students don't copy and paste. You set your due date. Right? You set your due date. I'm not going to set the due date. Well, it's set for tomorrow. And what you do is that when you are distributing to students, you want students to be able to view and edit. But if you only allow them to view, they won't be able to edit. If you give them permission to edit, they're going to edit the same exact document. You don't want that, because if a student makes an edit, it's going to automatically change that person, the person worked on it before. So you need to make a copy for each student. So each student in your class, if you select all those students will have a copy of the document and will be able to work on the document. All right. So that's one way of doing it. So I'll go to make copies for each student, and so that each student will have their own individual copy that they can work with. And once they're able to do that, they'll be able to answer the questions and submit their own